Good morning, my fellow Martians. It is the day for Sol 47 on the surface of the red planet. We are a little bit hungry. We do need a little bit of water, obviously. And we have lots of things to do. So some of you actually, rightfully so, pointed out in the last episode that I maybe should have been going a little bit better if I had been constructing or researching the lobby, which I didn't know that there was a hardsuit storage, so thanks for that. And also that the amount of contributions that I am making to the overall oxygenation of the base is rather minuscule with the total contributions done by the
pressure.
by the oxygen tank and everything else in between. So rather than me providing directly oxygen to the base, which I know it's a little bit controversial, I have decided to go on a limb and rather put my money where my mouth is, a little bit more where it matters more. And that means creating a really metric crap ton long pipe going all the way to my favorite vehicle, the rover. Now I just hope that I will find the correct outlet, because I have no idea whether it's on this side or the next. I'm assuming it's on the other, right? Okay, I'm guessing it's on the other, so it's gonna be a little bit of extra cabling, but who doesn't like extra cables, right? Yeah, there we go. Oxygen connected. So hopefully I'm gonna disconnect it just before we leave, so all in all I'm pretty happy with that. We do have a lot of things to cover, and I was thinking we want to be taking care of a little bit of a base expansion. I'm really looking into building the HQ, and I'm not exactly sure. I was thinking that we should be expanding the HQ probably towards this end, and for that I might want to be extending with a corridor. So let's see, what do we got? So I'm gonna be doing a little bit of the building. I feel it really needs it, and as always, I really like to build corridors that have windows, because if a corridor doesn't have windows, it's basically dead to me. Now, why is this? Oh, let me guess. It needs to go up. Right. So if we build in, then it's not corridors. We have to look at the joints. And the stuff that's confusing to me is this corridor joints that are always different than the corridors themselves. So if we go like this with the joint, let's hope that the main corridor along with window will be green. See, that actually worked out pretty well. Now, let us just briefly put in the joint. Then we're going to be putting the corridor with window. Right. There we go. Just easily doing it. I mean, we did... one good point that one of my commenters had, I think it was in or somebody else, is that I disassembled metric crap ton of shit, so I have a lot of things in my inventory. Main hab, okay, main hab, and I'm gonna need 13 fuses to build this, right? But oh, it's a little bit buried in the sand, so this is a slopey area. Ha! I actually don't like having two corridor joints. So if in theory we build this one, but it's one floor higher, come on, talk with me over here. One floor higher, that would work. Right, so that means, oh, the grinder comes back to save the day. Yeah, we're gonna be having two corridor joints, or a bigger corridor joint that's a bigger jack up. Sorry about that. Yeah, it gets disassembled, what can I tell you? I'm hoping that there is another joint, because if it's not, then I have just done a really stupid thing. So now, let's see. Oh, that usually music corridor joint big. Yeah. That looks like a bigger step up, doesn't it? Yeah. I hope so. Right. So let's actually see, will this work? Now, that thing goes there. Okay, this should continue. Now, the HQ building being here. Yeah, that works. Cool. Right. So it's a little bit more building than I originally anticipated, but we got it covered. Okay, so... And all in all, I really do hope that I have all the ingredients that I need to have, but once again, I'm low on, what was it? Was it cement, or I think it was silicone. I'm always low on silicone, and that kind of sucks, but okay. Yeah, we need to produce 13 fuses, and there could be a situation where I need silicone for the fuses, so if that happens, I'll need to go mining again for a little bit of a silicone. But it is what it is. I mean, that's life. And yeah, what's the recipe for fuses though? Maybe I should be queuing it up, but I mean, it's getting built pretty quickly with everything else. So I'm thinking I'm gonna be cement, big circuit boards. I have everything, and it's really nice.
Not enough materials.
Right. Okay, so I need 13 fuses. So let's see, what do we need to have to produce 13 fuses?
External pressure dropping.
I know it's a dropping, I don't care at this point. So hold on, hold your horses, take it easy. So, fuse. To create a fuse, I need 2 silicone. Just my luck. I have 0 silicone. Do I have any fuses here? I have 1. Okay, 12 more to go. Right. That would mean I would need to 26 silicone. Well, I guess it's just mining any rock, because 26 silicone you should be pretty easy to get. How much silicone do I have? I have 42, so I guess fuse. And if we make 12 of them, it should be absolutely no problem, right? That should be done easily. Come on, put your back into it, will ya? And that should create us an HQ. I'm gonna come to the reason why I'm building all this a little bit later, or actually I might could speak about it right now. The idea is, I want to get rid of the closest workshop. And I would like to maybe, you know, build a corridor, replace it maybe even with a garage or something, or a galley or something. I don't know. I'm just kind of thinking, I'm really liking... Oh, and it is a glass dome on top. Oh, that looks kind of cool, I guess. I hope it will persist. Now, let's see. Okay, I'm really curious to see... Oh, it's not. It's covered. Yeah, alright. Fair enough.
Low pressure warning.
Let's check out our brand new... Okay, so here we can actually build stuff, which is cool. And here we have places. We do have a nice view outside, granted. Okay, and here are our fuses, which are much more accessible, which is nice. So you know what that means? That means we are moving all of the unnecessary shit from those 2 base pieces. Yeah, all of these workbenches, correct. Yeah, a lot of this stuff is gonna be moving. Yeah, I should call this Redecoration 101. So let's see. Mechanics workbench. You're going down, buddy. There you go. Materials workbench. And electricity workbench. Botanics is already by the botanics, so I'm pretty okay with that. And the main one, I don't know if I'm gonna be needing it. Now let's see. Let's go upstairs. I do fancy a room with a view, you know. So let's see. Now, we do need electricity workbench. We could actually put it somewhere where we don't need a window, and that's, I suppose. Here could we have a regular workbench, right? So, electricity workbench, you're coming here. Then let's say we need the materials workbench. Bottom we have electricity, mechanics. It doesn't go immediately besides, but it could go here in the between, which is Fine. And then we disassembled one more. Materials, mechanics. Which one was this one? This one is what? Mechanics. Okay, so I guess I need materials to complete the collection. Fine. Materials, electricity. I could be putting a bed here. I have no objection to that, actually. I usually work where I sleep, so... I mean, oh, could I put the bed maybe even here? Oh yeah, I'm sleeping next to this nice place. Hold on, of course I'm gonna do that. There we go, look how beautiful it looks. Okay, then what else could we build? We could build a storage cabinet, workbench, food, 3D printer. Oh, all that fancy stuff, right. But we need one more workbench first. And this one is gonna be... I think it's materials workbench. Materials, right? That one was missing. Yep, right. Okay. So material workbench it is. And then I could be putting here, what else can I put? I could put 3D printer, food processing unit, CO2 scrubber. I would like to put like this little water thingy, wardrobe, refrigerator. It doesn't appear that I could have a water thingy. Alright, fair enough. Maybe it's just for... Okay, but I could have storage cabinet, which is nice. Like here, so it's not in the view. Yeah, I like it. There we go. And then here we could have a regular workbench. No, it's colliding. Fine. Yeah, I'm pretty... Food processing unit, 3D printer maybe? Refrigerator I don't need. Food processing unit, CO2 scrubber. That we're gonna be putting downstairs. 3D printer is huge. Food processing unit might be handy though. But I don't have the material, so there's really no point in doing that. Battery rack. Okay, that might be handy, but I'm gonna be placing it here. Because it makes more sense to have it here in between the things. Yeah, there we go. Look at this. Much better. Anything else worthy of note? So battery cabinet we have here. Wardrobe, refrigerator, bed, storage cabinet, workbench. Food processing unit, CO2 scrubber. Scrubber might be helping our base, but I would prefer to have it downstairs. Let's see, can we have it downstairs like the scrubber? So, or does it have to be upstairs? It's kind of, I'm curious. See, CO2 scrubber. Yeah, actually it can work wonders here, no problem. See? That's exactly what I was thinking. Probably now it's gonna tank our power consumption. Only if I turn it on. I'm gonna run with it on default. Yeah. Okay. Running 2 on default. Hopefully it will increase the O2 levels. Right, then what else do we want? We would like to have a 3D printer here. And a workbench. So let's see, regular workbench. Workshop sink, yeah. Couldn't I get that upstairs? I would have preferred it more, actually. Couldn't I get the workshop sink upstairs? Now, that would be an interesting placement. Nope, it's just downstairs. Okay. It's a downstairs kind of thing. Okay, fair enough. So we can have the workshop sink, fine. And then we can have the... Oh, not that. Now, what else can we build here? Let's see. We can build... We said the 3D printer. 3D printer should be really here. I agree. This thing should be here. Because we're gonna be cleaning out that big workshop where we have been spending most of the time. We're moving shit, yeah. And what else do we need here? We need Seed modification we already have. Food processing unit, battery, workshoping, wardrobe. Why cannot I print wardrobe? Didn't I research it already? That's interesting thing. I haven't probably researched the wardrobe. Okay. Right. Maybe. Yeah, hold on. I can actually do a workbench. Can I do a workbench here? Workshop sink, smaller, CO2, refrigerator, battery rack, workshop. No, I can't.
Weather alert. Incoming solar storm.
Solar storm, just what we need. I mean, it will be perfect within the next 6 hours. Okay, so we should be finishing our outdoor work.
Equalizing pressure.
Meaning, let's say quickly, on the map. Now, what is our total electricity consumption? Everything is powered, which is good, but during the nighttime it won't be, and that's what's bothering me a little bit. Now,
Pressure. Low pressure warning.
let's see. I mean, ultimately I can actually look stuff up here. What does it say? Now, our power is, energy is 35.82, which is weird. And it's not increasing or decreasing. That's weird. Yeah. And here we have plenty of shit that we should be disassembling and taking away. Moving to this one, and the other one we completely remove. Fine.
Equalizing pressure.
Now, let's quickly check our intakes and outtakes. By the way, did we at any point reallocate the total amount of power being sent from the kilopower reactor? I don't think we did we? So, did we ever? Everything is being redirected to the wells, exactly. So, in use, supply required. We have 83%. So, if I put it in the last slot, and then I put, let's say, 80, I think it should be adding more power to the input. So, it will act up as a backup generator for the base, which I think would be mighty helpful. So we're gonna do just that, yeah. There we go, kilopower in. And I think kilopower in, so to use, and the output is 500. So we're sending everything in, literally. Right, and the battery is at the max capacity. Output in use require 229, so we should be spitting out 230 just in case, and it's gonna draw as much as it needs to. There is the other battery as well, which I guess it's fine. How much are you sending out? You're taking, hold on, then what else is taking that much amount of battery charge? This guy. Ah, supplied, required, in use. I get confused by this shit, sorry. I think we don't need this. 140, supplied, required, 149. We say, let's say, 229. And then you take how much you need. And I actually don't think we need this thing to start with. That kilopower, I'm gonna build a couple more kilopowers on the other side just to make everything look nice and dandy.
Pressure. Low pressure warning.
I'm thinking I have way too much stuff here. So that should move ultimately. I'm all into moving stuff these days. Yeah, actually, you know what? I'm gonna move all of these stuff off camera, but right now I have a bigger fish to fry. Having said that, I have a bed that I have constructed, so that one is going down. This one I need to... Is this empty, by the way? I hope so. Yeah, okay, well then you're going the way of the dodo. Sorry, buddy. I don't need power consumption to be spiking. You are...
Refilled.
also going the way of the dodo. I just want to get rid of, because I want to get rid of this room ultimately. Workbench, I don't think I have constructed any, but I'm gonna be moving you nonetheless, at least in the opposite room, together with CO2 scrubber. Right, so CO2 scrubber and workbench are gonna go here. CO2, it's basically, I should make the like base remodeling or something. It's mainly indoor work. Before the sun shower hits.
Equalizing pressure.
Yeah, it's not yet hitting, but it's coming. So right, let's get rid of all of the inefficiencies. So you are coming in, and who's there coming in? Ah, you're sending out power to this shit. Right. Okay, are we providing... We have uranium rod. Do we have some uranium material? I'd like to produce some, please, because I would like to build more kilopower reactors. So I'm thinking if I have more uranium, I'm gonna be solar showering uranium rods, if that makes sense. Now let's see. Materials. Inventory. Resources inventory. Yeah, uranium rods. I don't think it's lethal to me at this stage, but it wouldn't be a good idea if we just kept it over there. So
Warning. Weather alert. Incoming solar storm.
in the next 3 hours, that's fine. 3 hours is plenty of time. By 3 hours I can already, you know, do a bunch of stuff. See, for example, I can actually do this uranium centrifuge and commit it to actually doing stuff, which will drain power, granted. But we have also kilopower producing stuff, so I'm hoping I won't have any blackouts. How much power are you draining now? Yeah, okay, fair enough. Yeah, how much? You're 189, and you are taking another 40, so that's 229, yeah. Alright, fair enough. So once that gets produced and that thing fills in with power, I think we should be golden. What about the other power plant? Is that producing anything of value? Oh, right, I can no longer exit on that side. Ha! I never thought about that. What about you, Solar Sunshine? How are you doing today? This will be site of my second power outage, but okay, in use. Can I actually expand this battery? Because this would actually help, yeah. So let's see, battery expansion. Yep, that I could do. 1, maybe 2, we'll see. So at least we gather a little bit more. Battery pack expansion, 1 more. Yeah. Do we get more? While I'm already in the mood for it, you know, you might put all of those materials to good use. I mean, if the solar storm is gonna come, it's gonna charge this like nobody's business, so might as well make the best of it. There we go. So talk about extra battery capacity. Now, are you charging right now? Hopefully you are. Cool. That's like 4 of these, and if we put a couple of more... Oh, and here we could have a future... Oh, here we could have a future airlock, actually. And it would make sense with everything, rather than the dome. Dome we can actually build further out. Alright. Yeah, that actually makes sense to me. Nice. As we are preparing for the Martian night and the solar storm that will ensue,
Pressure warning.
I think it's time that we make the workbench and actually start moving stuff over. It's just good business. So yeah, workbench, you actually come here. There we go. Then what else we need to do? This one we need to empty out. Nothing more special than that. All the batteries are charged and you are going the way of the dodo. Thank you very much. Right? So we're gonna be putting the batteries to the battery charger upstairs. And I can enjoy a nice light show here. Yeah, that's the idea. So hold on. Batteries charger, we just dump everything. And I'm gonna swap out my suit battery because, well, that one has been a little bit overworked and underpaid. So yeah, that one is going for the charging. Thank you. Which I guess it's
Warning.
cool.
Weather alert. Incoming solar storm.
Oh, we're gonna enjoy a nice light show here. Yeah, what about you, Sunshine? If I deposit stuff in you, I'm gonna deposit some uranium. I'm gonna be putting a lot of extra stuff that I currently don't need. Extra water bottle, extra this, extra that, solid rocket fuel, this and that. So I could actually move more stuff from the other one. You should actually be taken to a workbench, and you too. So yeah, I'm gonna need the grinder though. But blowtorch, hold on, where is my workbench? Yeah,
Warning. Solar radiation detected. Warning.
there we go, solar storm. Now, speaking of workbench, we're gonna have additional power. Yay! Repair. So while you're being repaired, we're gonna be transferring all the stuff out of you. Whatever we can muster. Then we're gonna be disassembling you. There we go. I think it's actually much needed organizational change that I was kind of putting off for far too long. Cupboard, I actually don't need this box. Can I somehow pack it and pick it up and carry it? I think not. Yeah, that means, yeah, this one is empty. And this one might have an inventory box in the future. Or actually I could just go with the inventory box in my main base, which would actually make a lot more sense to me. Yeah, or have a food processor here. But how about if I put inventory box on top here, like, let's say I have to put it in the right. I think I have to put in the materials and do the inventory box here, right? Under decorations, inventory box. Yeah, that's the thing. 2 steel plate, 2 electronics, and I need to dump that shit into the printer. Okay, we can actually dump some materials in there. Steel plate, electronics, box of screws. Oh, I do have the inventory box with me. Ah, you don't say. So we're gonna be just piling it up somewhere, and I'm thinking, like, at the moment, between these two places would be just fine, right? There we go. That looks good to me. And the rest of the storage stuff I can just then dump inside. Boxes, circuits, pen drives, cleaning, CO2 scrubber stuff. Cables, I can actually use cables. 1 box drive I need to have with me. Food I leave with me. CO2 I really don't need. Rocket fuel I don't need. 1 O2 and 1 HO2 is handy. And you do sort yourself out, please. Right, I mean, the building materials I'm gonna take, of course. And a bit more food, yes. And a reserve battery in the future. But for the time being, I can actually, look, I can go sleep and I can enjoy the show. Ain't that amazing? And tomorrow, if it will be still solar storm, we can just go on and we can nicely enjoy the show while we are focusing on our botany shit. There you go, guys. Hope you liked today's episode, and I'm gonna be seeing you in the next one. This is Survival Joe, signing off from the surface of the Red Planet.